Welcome back to the channel, guys. So, as you see in the previous video, we got the box of parts right there. So now we're gonna get to taking this bike off, all the old pieces, and we're gonna start putting the new pieces on. Can't wait, let's get to it. Dang, we got all the new parts laid out here. They're so nice and fresh. I think they put a coat of clear on all of these because they are so smooth, so shiny, so nice. And the texture of the lettering is actually a little bumpy, and on the original, it's just completely flat. I don't know what I like better. Let me know what you guys think, but it is so nice. This set is a complete aftermarket set of the fairings kit for this exact bike with the exact same color as the title. Now they sent a bolt kit for me because I was missing some bolts. They're the ones who I ordered all these fairings from. The packaging was phenomenal, spot on, not a single scratch on any of these pieces. They were packaged really well. All the corners were wrapped up, taped up, perfect. Now let's walk through these pieces real quick. So right here, this is a seat cover. So instead of having that seat on the bike, you can have this cover on here if you don't have a passenger or you don't plan on taking anyone on the bike. Right here are these two inner pieces that run along here by the handlebars. As you can see, this one has a crack in it right here. So that's what those two pieces are. This is a clear windshield right below me. Then that piece is that piece right there on the bike. That is the tail piece, as you can see, because our tail piece is all messed up. This is the biggest piece, I believe, besides that gas tank cover. This is the front, all nice and together. And as you can see, I've been riding with half a front. so happy to get this whole piece in. Right here we have the side fairings. Also right here we have the plastic pieces, like these type of plastic pieces. Now I believe these are a different material than those. Those are just straight up plastic. These are some sort of composite, and I like these texture better, so I'm gonna keep those on there because they're not damaged. Now I have no idea. Oh, actually that piece is this right here, this cover, which this cover is all good. So I noticed on this that this bolt is off to the right. As you can see from the back, it's off to the right, and on this piece, the bolt is in the dead center of the piece. So I don't know if they just manufactured it wrong or put the hole there wrong, but who knows, maybe there is another hole on that underside of the bike. But anyway, here is a front piece that clips on to, or bolts on to the front of the front fairing. That's another piece that goes onto the front over there. Gas tank cover. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna change it out or not, because it will not come with this Pro Grip, and this Pro Grip is a one-time use only thing. And I don't know, maybe these scratches on the side add a little character to it. I don't know. My favorite part of the bike so far, these super awesome shiny fairing undercover sides. As you can see, the ones on the bike are dull, but these ones are so shiny, so nice. I hope to keep these really clean because they look amazing. And as you can see, that finish on this side fairing right here. All in all, super happy with these fairings. Now let's slap them in there. say here, guys. Yesterday we went pretty late into the night and got really tired, so I just paused, and tonight we're gonna get back to work on that bike, putting all the new fairings on. But quickly, I went to Menard, I grabbed some butt splicers so I could hook up the turn signals on the bike, as they are just bare wires, and it was only crimped last time, so now I'm gonna heat shrink it and crimp it this time, and these are waterproof, so I'm hoping to get a really good result out of these. And of course I had to buy a lighter to heat up those, and I could not find a singular lighter, so I had to buy 5, so this will last me the rest of my life. So now let's get back to putting this together. The end of the bike series has officially come to a close, guys. I'm out here right now in the middle of nowhere, just cruising along, having a good time. I just wanted to briefly go over what gear I was rocking. So I had a Shoei helmet. I've heard they're a very, very good helmet brand. Very pricey, but still very cool colors, good structural integrity. They've got vents all over this thing in the back. They have them on the top here as well. There is vents on the front here, vents on the mouth part here as well. This one is a bit noisy when I'm on the highway, but that's the helmet I'm rocking with. This right here, these are my gloves. I like the extended gloves better because it covers my sleeves and I don't ever have to worry about them rubbing on my wrists. And those are Dainese, I believe. That's the brand. Again, pretty pricey, but really comfortable. They are a little rough when you first get them, but then they fit to your hand well. And as you can see, I still have some lines on my hands from the interior of the gloves, but the gloves are still stretching out, still getting used to the fit of my hand. So those are awesome gloves. And the jacket I have on is also Dainese too. It's a perforated jacket, so it lets me get a lot of wind going through me when I'm going on the road. So that is the gear I'm rocking with. This bike is almost 100% done, but this will be the last video on it unless I decide to bring something back and do something. But the only thing I have left to do on this bike is the gas tank right here, but I do not have the padding and the heat shield that is needed for the interior of the gas tank. And I want to get another pro grip so that it really helps, especially when you're braking hard, that you don't slide up the front of the gas tank. So those are some things that I will be finishing up on the bike, but other than that, it's good to go. I finished the bike late last night, too late to record any more, and I got everything on. Now it's not perfect. There were multiple places underneath the bike where I needed to use a zip tie because I did not have a push clip that worked in that spot, but everything is 100% secure and all the zip ties are very neat, so it looks like there is no zip ties at all on this bike. If you can spot one right now, let me know in the comments below. I took this bad boy on the highway a few minutes ago. I went for about 20 minutes just straight, going about 75, and the only downside to doing that is it gets extremely hot on your legs from the engine right there coming directly up. And also these vents, when they blow past the cooling system, it goes right up into your knees, which are right here. And this is also very hot too. But other than that, this bike is amazing. As a first starter bike, I am super happy with what I got. It's been a blast to ride, and I don't know if I'll be keeping it or selling it. But as of now, I'm going to be riding this as much as I can, getting practice in, because this is my first bike ever using a clutch. So I'm getting still used to that. I mean, I've stalled a few times, but other than that, I'm getting pretty good at it. A word to anyone who's looking to get into riding, it is a lot of fun and it is pretty simple to learn. So don't down yourself when you're thinking about getting into it. It's very doable. The only thing I suggest is not pushing it. And I have a quick story. Earlier today, I was going down one of the streets in my neighborhood, and there were a bunch of little kids getting ready to go boating, and they signaled for me to rev it a bit. So I dropped it to second and took a corner a little faster, and I did not know what I was doing. I took it too fast, and I almost ended up running into a car which was parked on the side of the road, and I was only going like 35. It's just always something to think about, something to not push it whenever you're running something like this, which is super fast, very nimble, and can kill you very easily. So that is my word of advice for anyone looking into getting into riding. Now, the fairings I purchased were from King's Motorcycle Fairings, and the fairings were actually really cool. I like the font that they used on the CBR Racing and the 600RR. It's pretty cool, and they made the bottom of the bike pretty shiny right over there. And on the OEM stuff, it is completely matte black, so I really liked that texture. Now, on the downside, their bolt kit, which I had to pay extra for, was awful. It didn't give me any of the bolts I actually needed. It just gave me a ton of standard bolts that you use along the bike. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with the fairings. They fit pretty well, but not as well as an OEM fairing would fit, which is understandable as it is aftermarket. I hope you guys enjoyed this series. Hopefully we'll have another video on this bike doing something crazy, or maybe a new bike. So cheers to all of the future rides. See you guys.